What is up, you guys? Welcome back to another awesome episode of FTM-Transformers on YouTube. I'm your host for Mondays, Michael, and I'm currently in a library study room, so can't be too loud, so sorry if you can't hear me. Spotify is playing in the background, so hopefully it's not too loud. Anyway, this week's topic is how we feel about trans guys being feminine. I am a really big advocate for just being whatever the hell you want, and so I when I was younger, I was like, no, like, trans men can't be feminine at all, they're men, but I think most of that was because of my own insecurities. And I think that is true with a lot of trans guys, like, when you're first starting out and maybe you don't pass as well. Again, I hate the word passing. But for guys that don't pass as well, or they don't think they do as well, or they get misgendered a lot, it's hard for them to feel comfortable doing feminine things, or, just like reclaiming something that they used to like. Trying something that they want to try, but they'll think they'll get judged for it. And so as I've grown up and stuff, and I've come to college, and I've seen more accepted as masculine, just like without question, I myself am getting more feminine. I'm doing more feminine things because cisgendered guys, they can do whatever the hell they want. They can be labeled as feminine or whatever, and it doesn't matter because they're still men, right? And so I'm like, can't that be the same for us? Can't that be the same for trans men? And so I'm like, yeah, of course. I'm 5'1", and so I'm very small, and I'm pretty cute, or at least people tell me, or something. And so I've really reclaimed that since I came to college, just being cute and adorable and shit like that, and not being afraid of being feminine, and people are perfectly fine with that. I paint this nail. It's called an accent nail. I don't know what it's accenting to, or if it speaks in a British accent or something. Nope, it's not talking to me, so I don't know. I don't know why it's called that, but I do that, and sometimes I'll paint other fingernails or my toes or whatever. I'm not afraid of wearing more girly looking shirts, even though they're those deeper V-necks, if my binder can work that way. I'm completely fine with that. I think that whatever kind of style you are or want, I think that's perfectly fine, and I think you should be able to do whatever the hell you want and not be judged for it. This whole thing of can trans men be feminine goes along the whole lines of are you trans enough, which is another playlist week topic that we did. I'll put the link in the description. But yeah, so lots of guys are really concerned that they'll be judged, I remember when I was younger, I thought my parents would be like, oh, I told you so, I told you weren't a guy, see, you like all these girl things, yada yada yada, and I'm just like, guys can like girl things too, it doesn't matter. I just hate how you shouldn't have to prove yourself, but you kind of do when you're just starting out or something, especially if there's opposition towards you. You have to prove that you really feel masculine, or that you really see yourself as a guy. But then for some damn reason, it's counterintuitive or something to say, oh yeah, I'm a man, and then do something like this. People see that as going back on your word for some reason, and I think that's complete and utter bullshit. Yeah, I think it's completely fine. I mean, I identify as gay, so maybe that helps me out a little bit, because they're like, oh yeah, he's gay, he can do feminine things, whatever, it's cool, and he's 5 foot nothing, whatever. So I don't know, if you identify as straight, it might be slightly harder for you, maybe, but that's just because of society, and really depends on like where you're living. I personally don't see anything wrong with being feminine and being a trans guy, because I am a feminine trans guy and I don't really care. I was about to say something else. But yeah, like, you should just be whoever you want to be, and not, if someone's like, oh, why are you doing that, and just be like, because I like it. Like, I don't advocate, lying to, rise to the expectations of other people's view of how you should be as a man or a trans man, or however you identify. But I know it can be really hard, if you are comfortable with being a feminine guy. I know some more like conservative doctors, or facilities like that, will like deny you hormone treatments and surgeries because you don't exactly fit in to the category of, oh yes, I'm completely transgender. But then, like, transgender is a spectrum. It's not like, most trans guys. It is true that most transgender people were born on one side, and they're like, I believe in this binary, boy, girl, and I identify as the opposite one, right? And so most medical people are like, if you are transgender and then you just want to go to the other side, so that must mean that you identify as male and you do everything like a guy. But then most medical people don't understand the whole difference between identity versus expression versus sexuality, because they're stupid. And so some places might be like, well, you can't do this because you still wear, I don't know, dresses or blouses, or you paint your nails, or you don't go hunting on a, I don't know, ATV with camo on? I don't know what that stuff is, I think. Or, just because you're not like hyper masculine, you obviously can't be transgender, which is completely stupid. So like, I understand if you like lie or hide like that feminine aspect of yourself, if you are being denied hormones and stuff like that, like, because that's utterly ridiculous. I think as time goes on and that starts becoming more of like a general customary thing, to just treat it just like, oh yeah, like, you're low on hormones, let's give you some tea or whatever. Or, I feel like the stigma, there's the word stigma, I feel like the stigma of being a feminine trans man will be lesser, and you won't feel as judged or whatever, or denied anything, just because you act differently than what society thinks you should be. Screw society. Society screws up everything. I think I'm rambling now, so I think that's all I got for this week. As you could tell from last week, we had a break off, which was our first week off since we started this collab a year ago. And we took that week to introduce our newest member, Josh Lambert, who will be our Wednesday guy. And so everyone say hi to him, and for his awesome videos I'm sure we'll all enjoy. And if you would like to be a sub for our collab, or we might double up on days if we have enough people, I guess, send in your audition tapes. Just like leave a link to your video or message us privately or something, or put it on our Facebook page, a link to it or whatever, or message us the link from our, you can figure it out. Maybe like, subscribe, comment, share. We will like and subscribe your stuff back if it's public. And yeah, that's all I have for this week, and stay beautiful.